You guys ripped me apart for having the saddest spice cabinet of all time because I barely had any spices in my taco video. But guess what, guys? I've upgraded. I have cumin and turmeric now. Why? Because we're making shawarma today. I'm going to show you 2 recipes in one. How to make the best low-calorie, high-protein shawarma sandwich of your entire life, and how to meal prep super tasty, juicy chicken. Chicken breast, oh my god, it gets drier than a tire. If you trim most of the fat on chicken thighs, they basically just have a little bit more fat than chicken breast, but they're so tasty, so much more flavorful, and they don't get dry. Add 75 grams of Greek yogurt into your 2 pounds of chicken thighs. Most people use way too much yogurt, but I don't like to have any excess marinade at all, and that makes counting your calories and protein, I mean, it's just Greek yogurt, but it makes tracking everything a little bit harder. So instead, I choose to have absolutely no excess. I just use a little bit of Greek yogurt, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and now a bunch of spices, starting with my favorite, garlic powder. Some turmeric. Be careful with this. Oh my god, it will stain anything you get it on, and the stains will, oh my god, it's awful. Don't touch the chicken unless you want orange hands. Some cumin, oregano, and paprika. Smoked paprika if you have it, because oh my god, I don't have a barbecue inside my house, but if I have smoked paprika, I really don't need a barbecue. Yellow umbrella lady, kosher salt. And now mix this up. As soon as I started mixing this, I realized it's not going to be yellow enough. I want this yellowish orangish. So more paprika and more turmeric. You see how 75 grams of Greek yogurt is all we needed to coat 2 pounds of chicken thighs? It doesn't look like much at first, but look at that. Beautiful orange marinated chicken thighs. Now you can let this marinate for 2 hours, maybe overnight. I wouldn't push it any longer than that because the lemon juice can actually start to cook the chicken and it gets into a weird texture that I just don't enjoy. But honestly, this is so flavorful that I'm just gonna cook it now. With chicken thighs, you don't need to marinate for too long. This is going in the oven. Why? Because I don't have a grill or an air fryer. Now there's a really specific technique you want to use when you're baking on foil at home. If you just take a piece of foil and put it down, you see how it's just a flat surface? Well, that's gonna cause some problems because the chicken's gonna hit it and the bottom of the chicken will just steam instead of getting crispy. I don't have a wire rack, but what I do have is more foil. And the solution I found is to do something like this, a DIY wire rack. You take a piece of foil, you crumple it like this, and you just put it down. And if you do this enough times, you have basically a DIY wire rack. Honestly, if someone didn't know I made this at home, they would never be able to tell the difference. Place your chicken on top of this so that air can get underneath the chicken when you're baking in your oven, and it's gonna get a little bit more crispier and less steamed. Now this is gonna be some of the most flavorful, juiciest chicken you've ever had. Now bake this at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 minutes. Chicken thighs, you don't have to worry about it getting overcooked because when it gets overcooked, it just gets stickier, juicier, softer, more tender. It's not like chicken breast. It literally, a car tire comes out of your oven when you overcook it. There we go. Next, while the chicken's cooking, let's make a homemade flatbread. 3 tablespoons or 22 grams of regular flour. And to get this a little bit more absorbed without adding too many calories, 5 grams or 2 teaspoons of coconut flour. Add some salt, a little bit of garlic powder, and a small pinch of baking powder. We want bubbles in this when it does not bake, because we're pan frying it. Give your dry ingredients a mix, 35 grams of Greek yogurt in, and mix this up until a dough forms. Eventually you'll get something like this. A dough ball is forming, but we want to knead this because there's flour in this and we want to get this stretchy and pliable. You can knead it right in your bowl. Just press it and then fold over, and then press and then fold over. And just do this until it becomes a smooth dough ball. I'm thinking like 66 kneads. And eventually you'll get something that's really nice and soft like this. Set that aside. I'm so sorry for all the background noise. The people in the apartment upstairs are literally just dropping bombs on my apartment. It's so loud. There's the lawnmowers outside. It must be make as much noise as possible when Rule's filming day, but holy. And my fridge, what is that? No, it's like someone's trapped in there trying to escape. I got cucumbers, onions, and jalapenos. I'm gonna make a tzatziki. A tzatziki. That's Italian. I got Greek yogurt, lemon juice. Add it to the Greek yogurt, 2 teaspoons of that. A little oregano, a small pinch of cumin, a small pinch of garlic powder, but I say small pinch, but I just end up putting a bunch in. And you need the salt. I got 3 things here, onions, cucumber, and jalapenos. Jalapenos are not really traditional, but this is not a traditional recipe. If it was traditional, it would be high calorie and it would be insanely high in fat. They don't care about your calories, they don't care about your macros, but I do. So instead, we're gonna add a little bit of jalapenos because I like the spice. I think it makes it taste so much better, and it's pickled, which gives it that little acidity that I love. Chop these up. I'm a fan of these baby cucumbers, the seedless ones, instead of those giant growth hormone infused huge cucumbers, for a few reasons. Well, actually only 2 reasons. The first reason is I don't like all the seeds in that giant cucumber. I mean, they're gross. And the second reason is, well, they give me body dysmorphia, and smaller is better when it comes to buying cucumbers. The last thing I need is for a cucumber to insult me when I buy it. Add them to your tzatziki. Oh no, I forgot about my chicken thighs. It's been 32 minutes exactly, but that's completely okay. The longer you cook them, I mean, they don't really overcook. Look how juicy that is. And man, crispy, baby. It is glistening in the oven. Ooh. Wow, that's good. Okay, chicken needs to rest. Let's mix up our tzatziki. You might be wondering, why is this the chunkiest tzatziki you've ever seen in your life? And guys, listen, you've been lied to your whole life, okay? This is the right way to make tzatziki. This is authentic. I'm kidding. I actually have a really big appetite, and so I want a lot of veggies in my dish. If I didn't add a lot of veggies, this whole entire meal wouldn't fill me up as much, and I don't want that. So instead, I'm just gonna add a bunch of some of the lowest calorie foods out there, which are vegetables. They're mostly water, they're crunchy, and they are tasty when you make it like this. And instead of this being this much tzatziki, it's a big bowl. Well, not really a big bowl, but it's a bowl full of tzatziki because we loaded it up with vegetables. Now taste. I think it needs a little bit more salt. And given the garlic fiend I am, it needs more garlic. Just taste and adjust seasonings to your liking. Oh guys, you see that? We have a flatbread to cook. Parsley. I'm looking at this and I'm like, I'm forgetting something. Parsley, guys. Some chopped up parsley. You could also use mint if you want to, but I don't want toothpaste flavor in my tzatziki. Sorry, Mediterraneans, I'm offending you guys right now. I'm kidding, okay? I love toothpaste flavor in my tzatziki. I didn't want it today. There we go. Tzatziki looking real nice now. I have a small ball here, and I'm gonna roll this out into a giant flatbread. I don't have a rolling pin. I upgraded my spices, not everything in my kitchen, okay? One thing at a time. But I have olive oil. And they say Mediterranean food is good with olive oil. So I'm using olive oil, not to actually cook the food, but to roll. Just make a giant flatbread. Guys, look at this. Look, I'm so proud of this. I made a cloud. It's so realistic. A cloud, guys. Cloud 9 specifically. Let's cook this on a pan on a medium-high heat. Olive oil spray, because I'm authentic. I got this olive oil from the Middle East, guys. It's smoking, okay. Put the flatbread on, quick. Oh yeah, baby. Cover it. I still don't have a lid, but I have a giant pot. And 30 seconds later, let's flip. See those little bubbles that are popping up? That's what I want. Look at that one. Ooh. Ooh. Won't pop, baby, won't pop. Now that's fluffy. Who'd have thought that little paper thin flatbread would be so puffy like this? Guys, look at this flatbread. Browned on the bottom, nice and bubbly and crispy on top. Perfect for our pita. Now cut all this chicken into small cubes and let's put it in this bowl. Now there were 8 4-ounce portions of raw chicken on here. So I'm gonna cut all this up, put it in a bowl, measure it afterwards, and then divide that number by 8. And that's per portion of chicken. There's 8 portions in this recipe, and look how juicy this chicken is. I mean, look how tender that is. It just comes apart, and it's juicy. I mean, it's so soft, and there's so much juice in there. Don't be perfect with how you cut it. Cut some pieces small, some pieces big. I think I like that, because then some pieces you get a small piece of chicken, but then every once in a while you just get hit with a big piece. You're like, whoa, that was meaty. And all that juice, just throw it right in. It's gonna keep the chicken so moist. and mix this up. Our chicken is ready. I got some pickled onions, some roasted red pepper, some cucumber, and some tomatoes to top it off with. The chicken, flatbread, and tzatziki. Let's build this sandwich. Is it a sandwich? Is it a wrap? Is a wrap a sandwich? Is a hot dog a sandwich? I don't know. Tell me in the comments. I took 85 grams of cooked chicken thighs, weighed cooked exactly, and microwaved it. 4 ounces raw is around 3 ounces cooked. I measured the entire batch. That's what it came out to. Let's build this. It starts with around half of your tzatziki. I mean, I'm gonna use all of it, but the rest is gonna come later for dipping. I need to make this presentable. Okay, never mind. I said half, but like 3/4, okay? Red bell peppers on. Tuck in some cucumbers. The chicken goes on now. I gotta make this presentable, guys. I gotta get a thumbnail. I'm a backloader kind of guy. I like to save the best bites for last. But for the thumbnail, I gotta put the good pieces of chicken in the front. I'm the guy that eats all the food that he likes the least first. And then I get full and I'm like, oh man, I'm enjoying the food I really like less now. But I've been that way since I was born and I'll always be that way. Eat the stuff that I don't like first, save the good stuff for later. A little bit of pickled onions. This is not traditional, but I mean, pickled onions, that bite, that tanginess is so good. Throw in a couple cherry tomatoes and some parsley. Under 350 calories for that entire sandwich. And some meal prep chicken to make as many sandwiches as you want or to put on absolutely anything. Under 350 calories, over 40 grams of protein for this giant beast of a shawarma sandwich. Is this sandwich, is it a wrap? I don't know. We just need to try it. It's loaded. Yo, wow, that's good. Make this. Make the chicken at least, but make the entire sandwich. If you have a little bit more time and you're feeling like you want to have a little fun in the kitchen, this is what you need to make. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video.